A 16-year-old boy is shot and killed in North Lawndale while walking on a sidewalk. Police say two men got out of a dark sedan around 8:30 last night near Cermak and Keeler and started shooting. That boy was hit in the chest. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Police are still looking for those two shooters.
Breaking news to tell you about this morning. North Lawndale, a 40-year-old man is dead after the latest mass shooting on the streets of Chicago. Police telling us just after midnight, a group of people, they were standing on a sidewalk near Douglas and Spalding when two men approached and just opened fire. One man was hit multiple times. He died at a hospital. Four other men between the ages of 40 and 50 were also hit by bullets. One of them is in critical condition. Police say the other three are expected to recover. No one is in custody.
Well, breaking news, a woman is killed in a shooting near an elementary school in North Lawndale. CBS Skywatch was over the scene at Springfield and 18th around 4 this afternoon. We're told a 33-year-old woman was sitting in a car when three gunmen ran up and opened fire. Paramedics rushed the victim to Mount Sinai, but she didn't make it. Penn Elementary went into a soft lockdown after the shooting. No students or staff were hurt.
In the heart of North Lawndale, where silence can sound like warning, there's a street that still remembers the echoes of a name, Danni. What began as a memorial, a name whispered in grief, slowly turned into something else, something that breathed, moved, and multiplied. DanniMobb, a set born from tragedy, molded by the streets of Holy City, one of Chicago's oldest battlegrounds. They called themselves many things: BMW, Delu, So Icy, No Remorse, 2100. But no matter the name, one thing stayed the same: death followed close behind.
Authorities say it could be the opening salvos of a full-scale gang war in Chicago. 42-year-old Willie Lloyd, the self-proclaimed leader of the Vice Lords, is behind bars once again following a wave of gang activity over the weekend. Police say a power struggle began shortly after Lloyd was released from prison in December. He served half of a 7-year sentence for 2 weapons convictions. His return to power in the Vice Lords is reportedly being challenged by former top gang associates.
There was a falling out among gang members over the distribution of dope and monies owed.
Lloyd's arrest follows a violent series of events. On Friday, police say Lloyd allegedly kidnaps the brother of a top gang lieutenant in an attempt to convince the associate to resume paying street taxes for the privilege of selling drugs on Vice Lord turf. On Saturday, the lieutenant retaliates in a failed assassination attempt on the Eisenhower Expressway. On Sunday, Lloyd is arrested in Deerfield as he and a small army of suspected gang members set out to avenge the Saturday shooting. Police say Lloyd may have been running his criminal empire out of a room in the Deerfield Marriott Hotel for the past few months. Chicago Mayor Richard Daley says the city will continue to be at risk of gang violence as long as people like Willie Lloyd walk the streets.
Well, I think you have to take a guy like that and put him in jail for the rest of his life.
Gang members lined the streets outside the Area 4 headquarters to catch a glimpse of their beleaguered leader. He is being held at the Cook County Jail pending a hearing on parole violations.
March 26, 2010. 2 young men stood outside their home, Joshua Evans and Daniel Crockett Jr. A black Audi rolled up quietly, its engine humming low. Within seconds, gunfire tore through the air. Joshua fell, wounded. Daniel, better known as Danni, never got back up. He was just 18, and when he died, so was born the name that will haunt St. Louis Avenue for years to come: DanniMobb, a crew that would carry his legacy and his curse. 3 years later, it happened again. May 5th, 2013, a teenager rode his bike through Lawndale, clutching a gun far too heavy for his age or his fate. His name was Taiwan Jones, better known on the block as Black Man. Police said he fired at strangers. Witnesses heard over 24 shots. By the time the chaos cleared, Taiwan lay in the street, his bike twisted beside him. He was 16. DanniMobb renamed their world after him, BMW, Black Man World. But every new name seemed to come with another coffin. A drive-by on St. Louis Avenue left 19-year-old Demario Rio Collins dead. His name immortalized as Rio City. Two more, Switch and Lil Tim, killed just days apart. A store, a basketball court, both turned into memorials overnight. D. Moore, just 16, gunned down near a gangway. He wasn't even from DanniMobb, but the streets didn't care. They claimed him anyway. The pattern was a set. The more names they lost, the more the name DanniMobb grew. By 2018, grief had become routine. Tyree Freak Davis shot dead while sitting in his car. Devarius Varro Davis gone in 2020. Fly 2 times, shot at a stoplight in 2021. Each story different, yet eerily familiar. A car pulls up, a flash, a name added to the list. Even those who didn't die by the gun weren't spared. Swag 2100 overdosed in 2023. Dope girl Mara died from cancer. The streets claim them all the same. And through it all, DanniMobb stood torn between survival and memory. They called themselves No Worse, a phrase that sounded like pride but felt like prophecy. Lil Al, shot in the head. Lil Said, gunned down on the sidewalk. And Lil Will, murdered just 6 hours before his 21st birthday. Three years, 3 more names, and with each one, the silence of 21st in St. Louis grew heavier. Some say the block feels cursed, like the ghost of the fallen never left. Others say it's something worse, that every time blood hits the pavement, the name DanniMobb whispers back from the shadows. In Holy City, stories don't end, they just stop. And when they stop, they leave echoes behind. What started with Danni, an 18-year-old kid who never made it to manhood, has become something more than a name, more than a game. It's a legacy stitched together by violence and loyalty. A name that demands remembrance, and a price that never stops being paid. Because in Chicago's streets, the dead don't fade away. They live on, in murals, in whispers, and in names that should never have had mean so much. This is DanniMobb, and this is Holy City. Alright y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's the crazy story of DanniMobb. Hey man, get in that comment section, let me know what y'all think, man. Drillers and trappers, we outside trapping and drilling 247. And don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!